infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It will be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 68. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, a low near 37. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be breezy and an afternoon high near 56. Meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800. Wilbur-Clatonia Schools, home of the Wolverines, reminding us modern technology has made things much easier, but it's also made it easier for students to bully and harass one another. 43% have experienced shame or ridicule, and 25% have been so severely treated, professional intervention was needed. Make sure your youngster is neither a victim nor a victimizer. Technology should be an educational aid, not a threat. Wilbur-Clatonia Schools is an equal opportunity education provider. School calendar online at wilburclatonia.org. Husker fans, excited for some softball action at Bowling Stadium this year, but can't commit to a full season ticket? They've got you covered. Introducing the On Deck Deal. Snag tickets to 5 Husker home games for as little as $30. This partial season lets you choose any 5 games, including one from the Maryland series. Whether you prefer general admission or reserve seating, packages start at just $30. Get your on-deck deal today at huskers.com/tickets.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
This is On the Block with Stricken Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block.
Oh, let's get after it here for an hour during On the Block, brought to you by NEBCO. I'm Austin Norman. Not on the board today. I'm joined by Rico.
Oh, my goodness.
What's up, homie?
How you doing?
What's good?
I'm great. I'm fantastic.
Thanks for not ditching me for another 2 days, unlike someone else.
Hey, I don't know what Nick's problem is. I was
don't
excited for you guys to have your little baseball corner that you normally do.
Yeah.
But, talking a little bit of basketball as well. But he decided to leave you. So I hopped in. I'll pinch hit. I'm not going to hit it, but I'll draw a walk.
You'll pinch swing?
I'll draw a walk, and I'll steal some bases.
Are you the guy in the hypothetical example of if the pitchers didn't know that Barry Bonds wasn't holding a bat, how would they pitch him?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's me. People will look at me and they'd be like, he knows how to swing a bat. Truth is, I don't.
My wife just texted me and asked if she can get a woot woot, and I don't know exactly what that is about.
Woot
so,
woot.
honey, if you're listening to the radio, woot woot.
Woot woot.
Cool. Excited to find out what that's about.
I don't know.
Later.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is On the Block, brought to you by Nebco. They're a fourth-generation, family-owned and operated business that's been supplying the state of Nebraska's construction industry with the materials needed to construct buildings, streets, and highways since 1908. They're a fourth-generation, family-owned and operated business with over 1,200 employees and 26 companies throughout Nebraska. Learn more at nebcoinc.com. Last night's basketball game.
If you could call it that.
I was promised large bodies flying across the court. That pretty much happened.
You got
last
that.
night for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Essentially. That was not my style of game. My bottom line up front here is that despite it being a close game, a game in which neither team led by more than, I believe, 6 points,
That
is what it ended up being.
Michigan.
And Nebraska's largest lead was by 4. So this game was played within a 10-point margin.
It was played
which
in
is
a phone
incredible
booth.
drama.
Mhm.
Michigan's largest lead came at 45-39. It was a three-pointer from the left wing that put him ahead by that much and led to a Nebraska timeout. But I just wasn't that entertained by the game last night, which maybe I'm a hater. Maybe I hate defense. It was just sloppy. It was just ugly. It was a rock fight. It was not my preferred style of game.
Mhm.
With every minute that passed, and Nebraska wasn't pulling away, Michigan wasn't pulling away, I just kept thinking something stupid's going to happen.
You are not wrong about
We
that.
pretty much got 40 minutes of stupid basketball.
Yeah, you are not wrong
last
about
night.
that. I don't think you're a hater, and I don't think it's the whole not hating defense or not liking defensive basketball, because I like a little bit of defense in a basketball game. Obviously, I like offense. I like points. I like threes. I like dunks. But a little bit of defense is fun every now and then. You get some blocks and steals. That game was gross. That game was disgusting. It wasn't defense heavy. It was just missing shots, because there were some open shots for both teams that were just not falling. Just a lot of clanking. Just everybody's throwing up bricks in this one. It was very gross. You got some good basketball from a couple of players here and there, but for the most part, it was just it was a basketball game that everybody in the arena is probably still trying to just forget about today. And not because Nebraska lost, just because you have no idea what happened. The referees tried to make it about them at some point.
It was DJ Karstensen and Kelly Pfeiffer, and we should not be surprised.
It's always Kelly Pfeiffer. It's always Kelly Pfeiffer.
And DJ's underrated when it comes to character issues.
They tried to make it about themselves.
Sorry,
at one
that sounded
point.
bad. Not character issues. Main character syndrome. is what I intended.
Refereeing issues. Like
Yeah.
just trying to be the main point of emphasis, trying to be in the spotlight. And look, I'm not going to blame the referees for the loss. There were some really bad calls either way. So the referees at some point decided this is not an entertaining game. Let's try and get people to focus on us, which thank you, I guess, kind of, sort of. But just
no,
overall,
never again.
Just overall, not the greatest game for either side. And I'm sure despite the win, Michigan's probably not exactly happy at their performance.
John in Cortland says, holla, Cubsker, and then you'll leave us Friday talking to you, Rico. A couple basketball questions here on the Sutter Heyman Jewelers text line. Brad, how do you hold the number 12 team to 47 points and lose? Well, you held them to 49 because Trey Donaldson hit the 2 free throws at the end. So it's 49-46.
Mm-hmm.
But you lose because Nebraska shot 16 of 62. 21% from three-point range, 26% overall. 8 of 12 at the free throw line, but 3 of those 4 misses were from Andrew Morgan, who continues to regress at the free throw line. Nebraska actually turned it over less than Michigan, scored more points off of Wolverines' turnovers. Offensive rebounds were pretty even. Second chance points, Nebraska actually had 1 more. Points in the paint, not dominated by Michigan. But we can go ahead and go to home stats. Nebraska 1 of 7 on layups. We can go to visitor stats. Michigan 3 of 12 on layups. Okay, number
How?
one, 7 attempts at the rim is not enough. Yes, Nebraska had 2 dunks, one of those in transition by Bryce Williams on a nice steal when Nebraska needed a bucket early on in the first half. But really, I think what led to the 46 points more than anything for Nebraska was the same thing as always, right? Lack of player movement, a lot of stand around and let's let Bryce go to work, and the complete lack of anything from the point guard position. When Nebraska would run pick and roll and have a point guard A, be unable to turn the corner, and B, be unwilling to kill a jump shot or to take a jump shot, that crimps the spacing, that crimps the style. Fred Hoiberg was asked about that in the post-game press conference last night, and he said that's where a guy like Rink helps, right? Where you can stretch that 7-footer away from the rim, make him come up even just a step or two instead of sinking all the way back into the paint. That's where Vlad Golden lived last night. Nebraska did a decent job of running Danny Wolf around the perimeter. I mean, Danny Wolf only goes 4 of 12 on his way to 10 points, 2 of 6 from 3, 10 rebounds. But again, in a game where there were 93 rebounds in regulation, I kind of land where Tommy was. Last night was like watching a 9 and under YMCA game. It was bad offensive process. It was not a lot of shot making.
Yeah.
And Nebraska did pretty much what it did in 4 of the 6 games in its losing streak. Nebraska did just enough to lose the game.
And you're talking about lack of spacing and a lack of offensive kind of know-how or focus with that Nebraska offense. They rely a lot on that pick and roll, and what Michigan was doing, they're just firing a double team at Bryce Williams because Nebraska decided to go back to him at that point guard position, which in a lot of Nebraska's wins, I wouldn't say he played the point guard position, but he did have the ball in his hands quite a lot more than he didn't, a lot more than everybody else did. But in this situation, nobody was doing anything, so he needed the ball in his hands in order to score because nobody could create anything to get a pass to him. So with the ball in his hands, you're looking for a pick and roll. You don't have the big guy who can hit the mid-range jumper from the free throw line. So they're firing a double team at you. He can't get the pass out of the double team. People are running around trying to find something. You're either getting a turnover or all of a sudden the ball's not getting into the paint. There was a point towards the end of the game where if you're listening to the announcers, they're talking about, okay, you need to get the ball into the paint. You need to get the ball past the three-point line for the entire possession. They ran 2-3 screens, get double teamed, pass it back to the top of the key. Absolutely no movement between anybody going anywhere else. And you settle for, I think it was a 3-pointer from
Juwan in the corner?
No, it wasn't Juwan. It was from Raleigh.
Oh, yeah, top of the key.
Yeah, a 3 from Raleigh that just clanks off the rim, and I believe Wolf got another rebound off of that one. And it sucks because if you have rink mast, or if you just have a big that can kind of sort of consistently hit a mid-range jumper, they're not going to fire that double team at you. All of a sudden, you're going to have Bryce going to the hoop. You're going to have him able to kick the ball out to somebody or take that layup. It didn't help that none of the contact under the rim was being called, but that's another, we'll talk about that later. So just having some sort of assistance from a mid-range jumper big or a big that can cause some sort of issues, maybe lowering his shoulder or backing down and hitting a hook shot or some type of post move under there might have helped. But when you have Bryce Williams just trying to go off of screens all day, nobody's hitting a shot, so you're not really scared of him passing it to anybody. It made Michigan's defensive work a lot easier.
And that's what Dusty May said in postgame, was that in the second half, they started denying Bryce Williams the catch, which we saw. And then to your point, they started blitzing him. And that is when there's a pick and roll, Bryce's man will go under the screen, but the big man or the other player's defender will jump high, right? And essentially do a trap. If the guy picks up his dribble, boom, there's a trap. But at the very least, what it does is it forces him backwards, doesn't allow a straight line pass to keep the offense moving. And yeah, it's usually more what you're looking for out of turnovers. But last night, Michigan didn't necessarily force a lot of turnovers off of it. It just threw Nebraska's rhythm off. To that point, Nebraska shoots 6 of 28 from 3. They had 3 or 4 that were like halfway down and out, which are decent looks, which you take. And of course, it all boils down to more than one play. In a game you lose by 1 possession, despite 26 points, Bryce Williams, missed a couple mid-range shots that are kind of his bread and butter. Would have been nice if a couple of those would have gone down. But here's the other part. For as poorly as Nebraska played, as disappointing as it is, right? This was probably Nebraska's worst, just start to finish basketball performance on the offensive end. You won't get Juwan Gary going 2 for 13 very often. You won't get Bearcade Boyington going 0 of 10 very often. You won't get Andrew Morgan going 0 for 3 very often. And you don't get all three of those things happening in the same
time
game at the same time very often, if ever. So everything went wrong for Nebraska. Despite that, it was still in position to win. And if you want to add the whiteboard here, Rico, we really want to direct people to the video streams here brought to you by Starter Heyman Jewelers, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or of course, Allo channel 961. For those of you listening on radio, I'm going to do my best to talk you through what you can't see if you're driving in your car, you're listening on your app, you're watching on your desktop. I would definitely say get over to the stream. But we're breaking out the whiteboard here because even though it does come down to more than one play, it's worth taking a look at the final play for Nebraska. So with about 10 seconds left, you have Roddy Gale of Michigan stepping to the free throw line officially at the 12-second mark. Raleigh Wooster grabs the rebound. He pitches it ahead to Bryce Williams. So here's Bryce. So I need the pen. Why did it not select the pen? Here's the pen. Okay, so here's Bryce Williams. You can see 1, 2, 3 Michigan defenders all around Bryce Williams. Okay, so that makes sense. A lot of attention being paid here to Bryce Williams. Right here, bottom of the screen on the logo, the offense's left wing, we have Sam Hoiberg. You can't see him if you're on stream, but right at midcourt, Connor Essegian is here, covered up by the official. Michigan has, like I said, those 3 defenders around Bryce Williams, and they already have 2 guys back defending the rim. There's one on the left elbow, and then there's another guy right, essentially at the top of the key, waiting for Bryce Williams. So let's just go ahead and we'll clear all this out. So Bryce Williams being triple teamed here. There's 9 seconds left on the clock. When you look at what Bryce Williams is doing here, he's essentially at the Nebraska end of the logo. He's got not a full head of steam. He's not in a full sprint because, again, he's in traffic. So what are Bryce Williams' options on this play? Option number 1 is put your head down, do it yourself. Mm-hmm. That's what I would think. For a guy that scored 26 points for Nebraska, that is hardwired to score,
go to work.
Go to work. Again, going 1-on-5 is not necessarily a winning strategy, but if you're going to have a guy do it, you would like to think it's Bryce Williams. Now, the odds that Bryce Williams is able to get all the way to the rim right here in this situation are slim. Again, you have one. Why does it keep deselecting the pen? You have 1, 2 guys back already essentially in the paint from Michigan, and he's surrounded by 1 guy that's on his right hip, 1 guy that's on his left hip, and then a trail defender who completely loses track of Connor Essegian.
Yep.
Which comes into play in just a little bit. So option number 1 is Bryce going downhill. Doesn't look likely, right? If Bryce is in the open court and there's just the 1 guy ahead of him and the 1 guy on his hip, I think Bryce makes the decision to go. Try to get downhill and see what happens. Because don't forget, at this point, Nebraska is only down by 1 with 9 seconds to go. They're not down by 3 yet. Option number 2, Sam Hoiberg. Right here. He's on the left wing, a spot he had just hit a 3 from not long ago. Sam Hoiberg did end up hitting 2 threes on the night, including one that cut Nebraska's 4-point deficit down to a 1-point deficit with about a minute and a half to go. Could Bryce have kicked the ball up to Sam and then done a give and go? Yeah, Sam probably looks at the rim and ends up drawing this defender out to him. So in that case, ball goes to Sam. Bryce cuts. Can Bryce beat Danny Wolf, who's standing at the top of the key, to the spot, get the ball, drive past him for a potential go-ahead layup, try to get a foul call, whatever it is? Again, with the full head of steam, maybe. The option that Bryce Williams decides to take, though, as we advance the slide here, is with about 8.5 seconds to go, Bryce is at the very top of the key, not in a position to shoot the ball at all.
Starts slowing down.
Has started slowing down, looking to pass. So again, you have the man in drop coverage, essentially, trying to take away the rim, try to force a mid-range shot. You have that's Danny Wolf. Trey Donaldson is still on Bryce Williams' right hip, which is really good by him, knowing that Bryce Williams is better going to his right.
Yep.
Not bad going to his left, which is the direction he's dribbling now, but Bryce Williams does like to get back to that dominant right hand.
He'd prefer to go right.
You have Roddy Gale, and I forget who this player is. I think it's Will Shedder following the play. So right here in the middle of everything, you can see what Bryce is looking at, right? He's turned his head to Sam, and he sees Connor Essegian right there.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Hoiberg asked about that, said you got the best three-point shooter in the gym, an open look. You live with it.
Mm-hmm. And you've got that Michigan defender kind of fading backwards, but he's got his left foot, which is almost in the paint, kind of planted like he's about to go out to Sam, which is what he does end up doing.
Mm-hmm.
So Bryce is looking at that, making his decision. He sees Esiason trailing. He's like, I mean, he's going to be open. Like there's nobody on him. There's nobody near him.
Because this guy that's looking at Bryce Williams should probably be the one that's responsible for Esiason.
Mm-hmm.
That should probably be his job, unless he thinks that Bryce Williams is going to try to get all the way to the cup and he's going to try to come and pin the ball against the backboard, which isn't what ends up happening. So again, Bryce Williams looking for Connor Esiason, not necessarily the wrong move. Would it have been better if Bryce Williams kicks it to Sam Hoiberg to draw the bottom defender's attention here? Pitch to Sam. Sam pitches it back to Esiason, who ends up shooting the ball from about right here, basically the start of the logo. That's like a 28-footer, which we've seen Connor Esiason make before. But that's a long shot. He missed one of those from pretty much the same spot on the opposite end of the court in the first half, where it looked like he could have taken a dribble to set his feet, step into it, get the shot up. Instead, Connor Esiason launches from deep. It doesn't go down. You know, if Bryce is able to pitch it ahead to Sam and Sam just kind of shuffles it back to Esiason, and he's shooting it from 2-3 feet closer.
And there's a chance that
a better look?
And there's a chance that Esiason's able to set his feet, because on this pass from Bryce, his momentum is still taking him forward.
Yes. And then the final thing about this, right? If you look at the clock here, there's 8.5 seconds left. Esiason shoots it with 8, according to the stats. That's not necessarily the wrong time to shoot it, because Nebraska needs an offensive rebound if the shot doesn't go down. The problem was it was a hard miss. It was a long miss, and you want your rebounders to be in position. Problem is, Boyuktengel and Wooster are still behind half court at the time that Bryce is starting to make the pass to Esiason. They're not in position to rebound, which is where, again, maybe another option for Bryce Williams. Can you slow up, let the three guys run past you, get a trail screen from Boyuktengel? Potentially. I don't know. Again, getting the ball to a wide open Connor Esiason is not a bad shot.
No.
But this continues a trend, Rico, of even though this was most likely the right decision for Bryce Williams to pass the ball, this is big point Bryce vibes. On a night that Nebraska needed scoring Bryce vibes. This could have been his JPJ against Illinois moment. And again, it was probably the right pass to get it to Esiason. And Nebraska they did have 2 timeouts left at this point, according to the broadcast that I see. Could Nebraska, when it saw it, didn't have anything, Bryce Williams being triple teamed, would you rather play it out live, or do you call a timeout and set something up? I said this to Strick with about 8 minutes to go. He turned to me and asked, what does Nebraska need to do to win this game? I said, can you bust out a set that Michigan hasn't seen yet? They did. About a minute later, they got Juwan Gary wide open on a back cut. Morgan smoked the pass. Threw it a step too far out of bounds.
He rifled that pass.
Rifled
like he hit a cheerleader.
Probably. So it comes down to more than just one play. The other unfortunate part about the long miss is that Trey Donaldson gets the rebound. He's able to sprint the other way. Nebraska can't foul him with 4 or 5 seconds left. They only got the 2.9 seconds. So that's an unfortunate casualty of Berke, Boyuktengel, Riley Wooster being behind the play, eventually getting up to full speed, going toward the rim for an offensive rebound. Just an unfortunate miss by Esiason. It goes right to Donaldson, who has a run out. Bryce Williams has to reach and foul.
Yeah. It was unfortunate. And it was, like you said, it was the right play in the situation. And I'm not going to fault them too much. Obviously, hindsight being 2020, you look back and you think, you know what, maybe they should have called a timeout on that one. Maybe they should have done this. Maybe they should have done that. They didn't. I don't mind the shot. At the moment, I said, that's a bad shot. That's not what you want. Went back and looked at it, and I thought, you know what? It's not terrible. Like you said, like Fred said, that's your best shooter. That's the best shooter you got out there. You don't hate that shot. Maybe if you could have gotten the rebound, things would have been different. Maybe if Bryce, and I said this to you outside of the studio, if his legs aren't so tired from having to drag this team to this point in the game, maybe he gives a little hezzy and gets to the hoop. Maybe gets him off of his right hip. Maybe he has to go into the 2 defenders. If he can split them, if not, maybe he can draw a foul. I doubt it's called. It hadn't been called all night, but at least you give a shot. At least you give yourself a chance with your best player being the one to take that shot. It didn't happen. Nebraska loses. Still a not a good performance, but something that you can kind of take from that is you held the 15th ranked team
Number 15
to 49
Michigan.
points.
Yeah. Just too little. Just too little
You
for
only
Nebraska.
scored 46, though.
Next opportunity for the Huskers will be Saturday against Minnesota. See if we can get Strick and Jay maybe to break down some more plays from this game tomorrow. We'll go to break. When we get back, Kat Usi of Link to Literacy is in, helping us learn more about the Go Big Read partnership with Link to Literacy and Husker Athletics. That's straight ahead.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It will be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 68. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, a low near 37. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be breezy and an afternoon high near 56. Meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Attention comedy fans, get ready for a night of non-stop laughs at the brand new Howler House Comedy Club. Brought to you by the team behind Kincaidor Brewing, Sideshow Spirits, and Beer House, this underground comedy experience is happening beneath Beer House in the heart of the Haymarket. Enjoy Jason Vest and Layla Ingalls from The Kill Tony Show, as well as Will C this Friday. Shows are at 6:30 and 9 p.m. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for the brand new Howler House Comedy Club, opening this Friday at 8th and P.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Welcome back in. This is On the Block on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It is Go Big Read Week officially. It is read, not read, right? Okay, excellent. I'll make sure it is a present tense and a past tense verb. Austin Orman, Rica with you, joined now by Kat Usi of Link to Literacy. Kat, how's it going?
Going good. How are you doing?
We are doing well. Take us through yesterday. Kicking off the week of Go Big Read. What was Monday's event? For people who didn't know, how did that go, did you think?
Yes. Go Big Read Week started yesterday. It was at a few different of the Title I elementary schools, and we had some athletes come in and read books and engage with the kids. Today, we had story times. We went to the regular story times at 3 of the libraries, and I was able to go to the one that was called We Workout, and it was delightful. There was a few from the cheer squad, and they were doing the little movements with the librarian. So it was a great time. We gave away some books there, got kids signed up for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, and told them about some of the other events we have going on this week.
Let's start with those other events. What are some of those other events, the ones that are today and then throughout the rest of the week?
Yeah, so today was at the library. Tomorrow we will be at the Gathering Place, Community Action Gathering Place, and the Air Park community center.
Hmm.
Those programs are so incredible. They have a meal for the people that come there on whatever that is, Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday, yeah.
And so we're just gonna set up there. Lincoln Housing Authority will be giving away some books there, and we'll be there to engage as well. Thursday is the biggest public event, though, and that event is at the Lincoln Sheldon,
Okay.
at the Sheldon Museum, and it's called Reading Through Art. The Sheldon has come up with some really cool little poems and activities with the few of their different artwork pieces. So it's kind of like a scavenger hunt and engaging with reading. And we will have a big free book fair there with books that encourage reading because they are with sports and with to go along with some of the other artworks that are at the Sheldon right now.
Okay, you say sports, and I see LeBron James's name on some of these books here. He doesn't have to be coming in for Go Big Read Week, does he?
Oh, he is not coming in for Go Big Read Week, but we will have some football players at this event.
I'm sure Eric Strickland is so happy that LeBron James will not be.
Jay Foreman is crushed beyond his wildest imagination that LeBron James is not coming in for Go Big Read Week. Kat, how did Go Big Read Week come about? What was kind of the brainchild? What was the genesis of Go Big Read and the idea? How did it come about?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think you guys got to talk to Kristen Nett here last week, and she is with Nebraska Athletics. And we had met her at another event. Her and Tiffany had met first. And, she is all about literacy as well and engaging with kids and mentorship as well. And she came up with this idea and said, hey, you guys want to partner and make an impact with literacy and Nebraska athletics? And we said, you bet. So
what kind of question is that?
Of course we do. And so it was so much fun brainstorming where we could have events, who to include. And, she really took the reins on a lot of the planning there after we met and collaborated with some ideas, and we're just really excited to be a part of it.
That's awesome. So what are some of these books here? I see LeBron. I see something about gravity. What are some of these books that you're giving away to kids?
Yeah. So we kind of picked out some that either are about sports and or people in sports, and or some just about courage and about resilience and about what it takes to be an athlete, but also what it takes to be a reader and a lifelong learner. So these will all be available. We have some for mostly the events that we have scheduled from here on out are for the elementary age pretty much. And so even some other graphic novels. If you haven't seen it, it's so cool. It's like a graphic novel about this girl in the swim team. And that one's going to be popular.
Nice. Rico, you're a graphic novels guy, aren't you?
A little bit here and there. I dabble, I guess we could say. I'm trying to read more this year.
Yeah.
I'm through, and it's embarrassing. I'm through one book through 1 month so far, and I'm halfway through a second book.
What are you
I need
reading?
to read faster. I read this book that I found on TikTok. It's about zombies. So I read that one, and then now I'm reading. What is it called? I have it in my bag. It's something from a rapper Logic. It was kind of about like one of his albums was about like Earth in the future, and I guess he wrote a novel about it or like a book about it. So I'm reading that as well. So going through a couple of things, nothing too fancy.
What's been the response from the student athletes and the Huskers that you've seen out in the community? How have you seen them approach this week with literacy?
Yeah, I got to witness today, and the girls there were so cool because they really engaged with the kids and just followed along. They had no idea what they were walking into, I'll be honest with you. They walked in and like, we don't really know what we're doing. I'm like, okay. And so it was pretty cool. The librarian was just like, just follow along with me. So with their pom-poms, they were doing all the little movements with the songs that went with the story time. So I thought they showed up so beautifully. They were just there. They were ready to do whatever it was they wanted to do. And oh my gosh, did they want everybody wanted pictures with them afterwards, and they are so calm and
With the cheerleaders or the librarians? Because I get to do both. Librarians are great.
That too. No, with the cheerleaders, and it was and dance team. And so that was really fun. I thought the way that they asked every kid, every parent, there was another big group of more of like disabled individuals. They spent time asking each one what their name was, who they were, thank you for coming. And I just, that gave me, I have so much respect for them. It's very cool.
That's awesome. With Kat Usi of Link to Literacy here during On the Block. I want to shout out the libraries for their story times. I know that's today. It was with the libraries. I got a 16-month-old at home and discovered the baby, young toddler kind of story time. And so not yesterday, but 2 Mondays ago, my mother-in-law was babysitting him, came down early, and we told him, buddy, you're going to go to the library. You're going to go to story time. He was so excited. They get to the library. A little quiet. I mean, it's cold. I mean, it just snowed or whatever. It's President's Day. The libraries were closed. No story times. So I accidentally ruined my 16-month-old day last week, but it's okay. It's okay. Grandma came back down, babysat him again yesterday. They made it to story time.
It is. It's something to look forward to. That's, oh my gosh. When I was a new mom, that was like that was our social hour.
You mentioned, being when you're a new mom and everything. And I think that's one of the biggest things you guys want to focus on is getting, obviously books into the hands of kids starting at a young age. Tell people why it's so important to give kids access to books. It's important to get kids these books, no matter how, is starting as young as you can.
Absolutely. So that's a big reason why we did say yes to bringing Dolly Parton Imagination Library here, and have all these different events to get the books into the hands of kids. Even if you aren't going to the library regularly, which is the most amazing, magical place on earth. But if you aren't able to do that as often, there is something so powerful about having a home library. There's a study done that if you have 500 books at home, your kids are going to grow up at the same level as if the parents were college educated. So even if you are not having that home library and having the kids exposed to that literature on a daily basis is really pretty cool. So even if you don't have 500 books, if you have 100, like think about all of those words and all of those stories and all of those things that the kids are getting time after time after time, and the connection that you get, connection that you get when you read to a kid, is pretty special.
And that's a big part of what Link to Literacy is doing. So if there are parents out there listening that would love to start a home library, would love to expand it, you're not going to just say, oh, here's 500 books for a kid and dump them all on him at once. What's kind of that process for Link to Literacy for getting more books into kids' hands?
Yeah. So we do love the Dolly Parton Imagination Library is great. That one, you get a book every month until your kid turns 5. It's sent directly to your house. The other things that we do are events like this, where I was giving away books today at the library for the kids to keep. We do different things around town. Most of the booths that we have at other organizations' events, we're giving books away. And then our Word Stock event that you guys all were at last year. The Word Stock event is in August, and that's a great way to really stock up on your home library for free.
So we're halfway back.
Yeah.
Planning's already in order?
Oh, starting.
Nice.
How plan it for the hottest day of the year again?
No, gosh. I wish we could
just
summon
know
perfect
somehow.
weather.
Yeah. It was a blast. And I do know that people that are looking to stock their libraries carrying some of those boxes in, you got plenty of books to choose from.
It's true.
How can parents get their kids signed up for Dolly Parton Imagination Library? What's the way to do that?
Yeah, sure. Just right on our website, the link to literacy.org. You can go to the Dolly Parton Imagination Library tab, or you just go to imaginationlibrary.com and put in your zip code, and it'll pop up that way too.
Perfect. Yeah, that looks very easy to do, pulling up the website on my own. One more time, maybe can you run through the schedule for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for Go Big Read?
Sure. So tomorrow, Wednesday, afternoon time is... wrote it down. I have a cheat sheet. From 4 to 5 at the Gathering Place. And that is the Community Actions Gathering Place. And there will be books given away by Lincoln Housing Authority and us. And then also there will be people at Air Park from 4:30 at 4:30, Air Park Community Center. Then the biggest public event is the one at the Sheldon Art Gallery. And the Sheldon Art Gallery from 4 to 6. You can stop in anytime, and we'll be there with lots of books. There will be the activities to do around the Sheldon, and then also you can sign up for a library card. The libraries will be there, Nebraska Athletics and Department of Education actually. They're
nice.
sharing some information, so that's really cool.
We did talk a lot about the parents, right? How to help the parents out. But let's say there's some younger kids out there listening. They're, off school early. They're headed home, whatever it is. And maybe books are boring. You just kind of sit there and turn the page. Obviously, there's a big focus on it this week. But what would you tell a kid who maybe doesn't feel confident reading or is a little scared to jump in or thinks they're going to be bored with the book? What do you tell your kids to get them into reading? How did that go?
Oh man. So yeah, I have two. They're 10 and 12, and they still go through phases where they're kind of like into it or not into it. And my 10-year-old is kind of in that space right now. And so I said, hey, buddy, it's been a while since we've done a read aloud together. Would you be into that? And at first he's like, And he's like, yeah, actually, I kind of would. And he's like, but how we do it is we read at first it started like we would read every other paragraph. So that got him reading too, and then back and forth. And then we did a page, and now he's pretty comfortable with reading. And so he prefers to read the whole chapter by himself or me. And so usually we just do one a day, but that way it just kind of is that back and forth, and the pressure isn't always on him to do it. And then when I'm the one that's reading, I let them color or do Legos or, just do something with his hands. It's not something that we have to do both looking at the book at that time. And that seems to really help his interest of being okay with that. And so I think I would challenge you, to try something like that with your child this week. And we're doing a big giveaway with the Nebraska Athletics so that you'll get like this big cool basket of fun swag. If you do the hashtag Go Big Read with your post, if you have do a post with your kiddo on Friday, having them read.
There you go. That'll be Friday. Just according to the website here, the week will close with Go Big Read at Home, when all families are encouraged to read together for 30 minutes at their houses. Lots of ways you can do that. I know what my family is going to do. Story time before bed. That's what we're going to do. We'll got playtime a little short, so I got to be active. Like you said, we're going to sit down. We're going to hammer out some books before bedtime. Kat, thanks a ton for what you're doing, the work in the community. Glad to hear Go Big Read Week is off to a great start. Best of luck with everything the rest of the week.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys encouraging reading here too.
It's great. We love it here at The Ticket. We hope you all do as well. We'll go to break, wrap up on the block, get you set up for Takedown Tuesday in just a moment.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off Piedmontese brats. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
When you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
It takes hard work to make Nebraska the right place to raise a family, build a business, or grow a community. We're counting on working parents to make it happen, and they're counting on childcare professionals to have their backs. Employers and other contributors can earn up to a $100,000 tax credit for strengthening childcare in our communities and state. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685. to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game.
Big shout out to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Where better to watch Love Volleyball Omaha than there? You can also watch Love Volleyball Omaha in person. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national team players, and national champions with Love Volleyball Omaha. Yeah, the season runs through April, but get your single match tickets today for upcoming matches at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena in Ralston. That's a super short drive. That's like not even the full hour into Omaha. That's like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If that.
It's not that far.
Get to the Liberty First Credit Union Arena in Ralston. Best way to do that is get your tickets at lovboma.com. We are doing an either-or question for you on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line or comment section. Not a full shootout with Strick, and you do not win anything. But you give Rico advice. Rico, please present the people with the conundrum that you're facing right now.
All right. And I don't know if my wife is going to be happy with me saying this on air, but I'm going to say it anyways, because why not? Our living room TV decided to crap out on us. All right.
Which one of you threw the remote through it?
Neither one of us. I think one of the kids might have hit it with something. I don't know. They don't listen. So it crapped out on us. It was like 45 inches. I don't know how big it was, but it was a decent sized TV, right? So we're walking through the store the other day and we see there's some deals on TV. So there's a 50-inch TV, not a 50, no, just a 50-inch TV. That was a decent price. I was like, "Ooh, I really want to get this." And Rachel was like, "Okay, we can get that." And we're like, "Okay, we'll come back for it. We don't want to carry through the whole store." So we're going, and then we see a flat top griddle for the exact same price as the TV. And I go, "Well, I want that." And she says, "Okay, which one? You can only get one." I'm like, "Oh no. Oh Lord." So I got to decide. And we have other TVs. So we have a TV in the living room. It's just smaller than the one that we had. So
is it a nice 20-inch plasma screen?
It looks a little different. Yeah, it is. It goes into the wall.
Pop it out when you push it in.
Yeah, exactly. Just right away. So it's a tough decision that I have to make, and I need your guys' opinion. I need everybody's opinion on this one. 402-464-5685. Should I get the 50-inch TV, or should I get the flat top griddle that I can make breakfast burritos and steak on? I have a smoker, so it's not like I don't have something, but like a flat, you can't make breakfast Sammys on a smoker.
Okay, close your eyes, Rico.
Okay. Eyes are closed.
On the count of 3. Go with your gut. TV or griddle. 1,
don't do that.
2,
Nope, I'm
3.
not doing it. Nope, I refuse. I'm not doing that.
Westy says neither. Get a 65.
No, it's too expensive. What are you, a crazy person?
Axel Foley, buy a flat top on Marketplace that somebody bought and never opened. Get by with the TVs you have until Memorial Day and then buy a new one on sale.
Ooh, that's a pretty good idea.
Jesse the Plumber, TV, 0845, projector and griddle.
I'm not getting a projector.
That's a man cave thing.
Yeah, that's not a living room thing. What are you, crazy?
Let's see here. 3477. You can get fat sitting there watching your big TV, or you can get fat cooking food on your griddle. So I think they're telling you to invest in a gym membership either way.
I mean, I'm gonna get fat regardless.
Which here's the thing: you're gonna be running around after.
I say I'm gonna have a third child. They ain't gonna be getting fat. Plus, it's about to be summertime. It's warming up.
How did your kids like the weather over the weekend?
Loved it. We finally got to go outside. They were messing around in the snow. We built a snowman that melted in like 24 hours. They were there was like a river of water going down our street, so they tried to dam it up with more snow. And
How did that work?
I was like, "Kids, it's not going to work. This is frozen water. This is not." And they're like, "We're going to stop it, Dad." And I'm like, "All right, whatever."
I love that attitude from them.
So it took a while, and it never worked, but they were outside for a while.
Dalton says griddles are hard to clean. Are they?
That'd be fine.
Are they?
It'd be all right.
Worth it for how good the food's going to taste, though.
You act like I clean. No.
I have 7 TVs in the basement. I know if it was me and a TV crapped out, I'm replacing that bad boy. Says Cam.
See, that's my thing. I love TVs. I'm a sucker for a good TV deal. That's Rachel. She can't really send me places. She's like, if there's a deal on TV, you're not getting it. So I'm a big TV deal guy. So it's tough, but I really want a griddle. I really want to cook more. I got the smoker. I'm hyped. I've been saving recipes on Instagram that I'm hoping to use. I'm probably never going to use, but I got them there.
Kip says the TV is worth the hype. Johnny Cortland says buy the griddle, buy an outdoor TV this fall.
No, an outdoor TV.
I don't know.
I don't know. You think I'm gonna put a TV outside
at risk?
First off, you think I got room to put a TV?
Disc golf, Jake. All caps. Get the griddle, Rico. The breakfast flex is crazy.
I just showed you that
breakfast
video.
burritos.
I
were
just
the thing
showed you that
me.
breakfast burrito on the griddle. Though.
That's exactly it. So text line, you have been a lot of help and no help at all. I don't think Rico's any closer to making a decision.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Rico. It's been a fun hour.
It's been
Thanks
fantastic.
for popping in.
Let's do it again sometime.
MT Westy can't watch March Madness on a 4K griddle. Damn straight.
That's why you go to Buffalo Wings.
Team TV.
Wings and Rings.
Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Wings and Rings.
We will be down there.
Hell yeah.
Opening days, Thursday, Friday. Oh, it's going to be a blast.
You're going to have so
when
much
Duke
fun.
gets a 1 seed in the
Just
East and they get blessed with
stop.
4
Okay.
seed St. John's
You
in
got
the East
30
and freaking Newark.
And lose?
I'm going to lose my mind.
And lose?
No, I'm going to lose my mind.
Let's lose to Lehigh again in Omaha.
Yeah, let's not do that. But Omaha is going to win the Summit. They're going to be a 16. They're taking out Auburn.
Smashing trash cans, baby.
Let's do it. Speaking of smashing trash cans, that's in fake wrestling. We got real wrestling.
Oh.
Head coach Mark Manning in studio with DP for Takedown Tuesdays on the other side.
Wilbur-Clatonia Schools, home of the Wolverines, reminding us modern technology has made things much easier, but it's also made it easier for students to bully and harass one another. 43% have experienced shame or ridicule, and 25% have been so severely treated, professional intervention was needed. Make sure your youngster is neither a victim nor a victimizer. Technology should be an educational aid, not a threat. Wilbur-Clatonia Schools is an equal opportunity education provider. School calendar online at wilburclatonia.org.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on